Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Puddle Knights. I spent a bit of time off camera looking at this puzzle, and it basically, for me, came down to kind of enumerating every possibility until I finally did it. I have a screenshot that I could refer to if I need to, but I think I remember the key move. And so it is... I need to break off another bit of cape right there, I think. Actually, no, I don't even need to break off the cape. Or do I? Let's go ahead and do it just to be safe. So, if I break off some cape there, then what that enables me to do is have you be able to walk the princess over to here, where she can stand temporarily, so that you can get in front and step across first. And actually, yeah, you can do everything. And then be there. Yeah, and then do that. And so I probably could have broken that in one move rather than breaking it in two separate pieces. Yeah, I'm not sure I missed that the first time, but these things happen. So let's move on to puzzle 3-10, which is called Cutting Corners. Oh my goodness, that's a long cape. Okay, and there's a lot of mud. And I'm going to have to self-cut my cape here, it appears. In a number of places. How does one even reason about this? Let's just go ahead and step forward over here so that it will go ahead and break off some section. Oh, I need to break off all of it in order to... Oh, okay. How am I going to get her across the final section, though? Let's count. Right now, she could walk almost to the exit. The problem is the last little bit of mud. I have 2 extra pieces of cape that she wouldn't be walking across. So ideally I want a something, something, something. So the problem is, once I walk here to let her walk across my head, I'm trapped, unless I've already cut all of my cape bits. With a single dude, I don't see how I can ever have a cape bit right here where I'm standing, other than to be standing in her way at the exits. So ignoring every other piece of the puzzle, I don't see how to do that. Yes, very curious. Oh, there's another way to go here. Got it. Okay. So in that case, I could, in theory, for example, let's just go ahead and break that there. Continue walking from here and step on my cape somehow and break some pieces off that might be in the mud over there. Okay. So that's the first bit that I didn't see. So in that case, tell me about what happens when I step here. I cut off the last bit, which is not the bit that I wanted. So I want to cut off some bits that go through here. So I want the very last bits of my tail to be there, kind of at the moment I'm cutting them off. So something like this. Except for that's wasted some that I don't want to waste. Is there a better way to do that? That just wastes more of it. If I had taken this path, I'm 1 short there. So it does feel like That's the path she has to... Wait a minute. That's the path she has to walk. Right. And so if I could just cut my cape like that, I would be fine and have one extra. And so... there are many possible orders that I might be able to cut my cape. Alright, what if I did this? All of that's good stuff so far. But then I think it's maybe not going to be possible to cut my cape where I want to over here. If I walk around and do that a different way. Yeah, that doesn't help. Okay. So the spot where I'm standing here is one of the most difficult spots for me to see right now how I would get... I guess maybe what I need to do is walk from this way. What if I... I'm gonna stand on my cape there, which isn't really what I wanted to do. I don't have a good way of reasoning about exactly what I'm trying to do here. Anywhere I cut my cape by standing on it. See, there's this whole long thing here, and by the time I get back around, like, most of my cape has gone away. So it feels like I need to try to catch cutting my cape here, except for I want to catch the end of it. So what about here? That's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. At least I managed to finally get the one piece I was trying to. This piece right here where I'm standing. I actually managed to cut some cape there. Oh, and I think, okay. So now that I've seen that, I think I could do a similar move here. Yeah, I think I just solved the puzzle. Except for I need to cut my cape again. Ooh. And I might have cut too much of it for me to be able to cut my cape again, because now I can't cut it anymore. So I have to cut a smaller piece of it. Wait a minute. How can I possibly cut enough of my cape? Like, at the end of the day, I have to park myself in here. Oh, I can't cut all of my cape behind me. So the extra piece is the piece that's right behind me, and the two overlapping pieces are pieces I need to drag through. So I need to... Because eventually I need to stand here. It has to be at the end of the puzzle, because I can never back out, because I could never cut the last piece of my cape behind me, which means I can't turn around. And so the implication... Ignoring the fact that I'm cutting my cape here, is I'm going to have a trail behind me along the lines of this. So yeah, ideally I want to cut only this piece here, which is definitely impossible. And therefore the whole puzzle's impossible. Because again, if I'm eventually going to walk here, then I needed the one extra section of cape that's currently hanging off the end to have been broken off over there. Okay, so is it possible? What would that even look like? I'm having trouble visualizing. It's like I catch up to my tail, at the very end right here. Okay, I didn't manage to catch my tail there. Here I managed to catch my tail. Okay, so that's at least kind of a visualization of catching my tail and just getting the bottom thing. And so okay. And so now that I know that, does that mean I can do... I don't have the open space to do it where I want to do it, though. Is there any way I can catch my tail while standing on this space? And if I were dragging my whole cape from left to right, then that implies somehow like cycling back around and like catching it over here kind of thing. Oh, or maybe I'm making 3 cuts. So here's another possibility. Imagine if rather... this was bad, hold on. Imagine if rather than this being one long contiguous thing, imagine me and the 3 sections behind me are currently attached to my cape, but then the next 4 sections after that were like cut off from elsewhere or something like that. Something. Yeah, I'm starting to see it. Maybe. So, yeah, okay. So, if the key piece is for me to cut off my tail here, in order for me to cut off my tail there, it would have been like me cutting off that 3 long tail there, except only a 1 long tail. And so I would have already had to have discarded 2 other pieces of my tail somewhere that they need to go. So can I cut off 2 other pieces of my tail somewhere where they need to go? Ideally, probably right at the beginning. So that would be like... I'm not sure how I would get it there. Yeah, it's not even close. Let's see if I can cut off 2 pieces of my tail anywhere. There's 3 pieces of my tail. Does parity work out such that it's even possible? There's 1 piece of my tail. So I'm not sure that it's possible for me to cut off 2 pieces of my tail. Also, doesn't that mean... Hold on. Why can I not do... this? Oh, I can't do it in the position that I want, right. Because the position I want, I can only approach from, like, the left and from the right. Which means I would have already been standing on my tail. So yeah, I can trim my tail by 1, and I can trim it by 3, and it feels like I need to trim it by 2, which I think is impossible. Because if I trim it by 3, then I'm never catching it around here, so I'll never be able to stand on my tail right here. If I trim it by 1... well... yeah, I feel like parity says I can never trim it by 2. So once again, if I eventually walk here, there's also the space right behind me that's wasted. But since I can never trim the cape that's right behind me, and since I need to stand here, that space is always going to be wasted. There's no other safe places for her to stand temporarily. There's not currently any other safe places for her to stand temporarily. But once I stand here, I can't turn around and do anything else anyway. So there's no point in her temporarily standing. Basically, once I walk here, she has to be able to walk all the way to the exit. And so I'm going to be standing here. The cape right behind me is going to be there. And the only possible way for her to get to the exit is for the cape to be in exactly the same position as it is now, except for the very tail portion of my cape needs to be moved over to that section just to the right of the exit. Yeah, so it feels like I need to trim a single piece of cape. Which would be really nice, except for the fact that it's impossible. Like, it's completely and utterly impossible. And therefore the puzzle is completely and utterly impossible. I caught my tail there by going around in a circle of length 9, basically, or 8. But if I want to form a circle of length 8 over here, the problem is, like, if I can step forward now, I would be able to step on my tail and do exactly what I want to do. But the problem is this wall is here in the way. And if instead, I can't imagine it instead. If I had been coming around this way, yeah, that's never gonna work. What if I had been coming around this way? Ooh. That cuts off my tail here. It's at least something a little bit different. What if... Alright, I take a long walk around here so that I can do... Well, I'm chasing my tail towards the right direction. Okay, I don't feel like I'm making progress right now, so let me go off camera for a bit and see if I can find some progress to be made. Okay, moments after going off camera, it occurs to me this could be the final position. Imagine I had a cape of exactly length 3 behind me, and then imagine those other 5 were in the exact position that they needed to be. Can I get a cape of length 3 behind me? Is a good initial question. I'm not sure that I can. Let me reset all the way. Yes, I can get a cape of length 3 behind me. So imagine the finishing move is like this. And now imagine that those 5 were somehow laid out in the correct direction. Okay, yeah, this seems like it's going to be the solution, actually. Because in order to lay those out in the correct direction, all I have to do is do this. And then break my thingy. Except for I need to break it in a slightly different spot. But that was really close. In order to break it one spot to the right of there, what do I need to do? Because this is the spot, I guess I go like this. No, I did the exact same thing. We're getting close. That almost works. Is it possible I could make 2 more or another cut in order to step on my tail at that moment after coming from this direction? Okay, what if I do this? Can I then break off 2 more pieces? I can break off 2 more pieces. Can I break off 2 more pieces in the spot that I want to break them off? Maybe. What if I do this? Yeah, there we go. I think I just solved the puzzle. Okay. I feel good about that. This does solve it, right? Hey, look at that. Dignity has been preserved. Thanks to my big brain. Alright, moving on to on offense. Alright. Initial bit looks pretty straightforward. So what if... Oh... I'm gonna lose a cape. Alright, let's just do this just to kind of walk through some of the steps of the puzzle. Oh, I can't even do that. So yeah, someone would have had to ditch their cape already, I believe. So where is somewhere that they might be able to ditch their cape safely? It's not clear to me exactly yet, so let's just ditch it here, because that seems at least plausibly likely something something. With some cape ditch there... I'll then have some possibility... Some possibilities to do something along these lines. Move her to here. This guy can turn around whatever direction he wants. Move her to here. And now this guy has to pull off some kind of miracle. Yeah, so that's the problem. This guy has to perform some kind of miracle because... we don't have enough cape. How are we... we're gonna have to, like, swap... I guess both guys still need their capes. And she has to walk from cape to cape to cape. Even then, I don't see how she's gonna get there. Like... imagine this cape was still attached to him somewhere. Then she could walk over here. I can kind of imagine how she could walk the rest of the way. Okay, so is there a way to get her across the initial platforms without losing any capes? And this is one of the cases where I was about to say the answer is clearly impossible. But maybe not. See, the problem is now you don't have anywhere to move. You can't move left or up or right. And she's standing on you. If she were standing here, this guy still has mobility. So what if he were facing this way? It doesn't change the fact that this guy is here. Okay, so what if this guy had been facing this way, and this guy was standing on that cape? Well, this guy can go to the south, sure, but then he loses his cape, and obviously we need to keep our capes. So, more generally, forget about the capes for a moment. If she steps on 2 different guys' heads, going from left to right, then this guy would have to go south, and the cape gets broken. But what if she doesn't go left to right? What if the non-obvious solution... oops. Is that for reasons... this is still not right, but let's just play around with it for a minute. What if she has to walk here temporarily for some reason? Yeah, we still have this same 3-way problem. The only way this guy can get out is to reverse onto his head. Let's continue, like maybe I can break off a cape first, but let's continue assuming that I don't break off a cape first. Like I kind of feel like I proved that, however, it just occurs to me, if I had broken off the cape in the position the cape is now, The other guy could give her like a temporary way to walk across to the green cape and then move around again, but there's no way she could ever get to the exit. No, I'm pretty sure I need 2 capes to get to the exit. So yeah, if both guys keep their capes, how can she ever walk across their heads? So the key problem is, in order for her to make progress, she eventually needs to stand either here or here to be 2 steps away from the platform that she's currently standing on. Because if she only gets 1 step, it doesn't help until we get 2 steps, then it's actually progress that we can kind of ratchet forward. If she's standing on this guy's head, she must have come from a guy's head that was right here. If there's a guy right here, and now there's a different guy right here, this guy's only possible legal move would be to the south. In order for this guy to move to the south, he must have come from the west, from here, which means the guy who's standing here would be standing on his cape, which means we'd break the cape. I believe the same logic holds for if she moved from here to here. So once again, there's a guy here, there's a guy here. She takes a couple steps across both. She's standing on this guy. The only possible way for him to exit, since there's a guy here, is for him to move here. In order to move here, he would have had to come from here, which means his cape would be there, which is on top of where the other guy was standing, and he would lose his cape. I'm a dummy. There's also this. It might still suffer all the same problems, but I kind of didn't see that this area even existed. So let's take a look at this area. I think it has all the same problems, and also it kind of doesn't move her towards where we need to go. So how can this possibly work? Like, this seems to be right off the bat clearly impossible. Oh, here's something I haven't tried. I don't know if it's going to be useful, but I haven't tried it. And so anything I haven't tried is potentially interesting. The thing I haven't tried is anything along these lines. It does not seem useful to me. I would like to make a little bit more progress in today's video, so let me go off camera again and see if I come up with any other brilliant insights. I seriously doubt this is anything approaching a solution, but it just occurs to me that this is the type of thing that I haven't tried before. And so just in the interest of learning about game mechanics, suppose I broke off both of their capes and just tried to walk her to the exit like this. Oh, I can't do that, probably. Can you walk from here to here? You cannot. Okay, so that wouldn't even be possible anyway. I was wondering if she could somehow, like, fall off the top guy's head and, like, land on the exit. Alright, I don't think that's a thing, but I just wanted to try it out. Aha! She can step across the fences! That is a move that I had not seen before. That, I think, is going to be the key move that solves everything. Because now these guys can have mobility while they carry her across. Except that move doesn't work. I can undo it and try something different. What would I need to try, though? Seems like I kind of need to pass her back and forth across the fence. Let me try picking her up over here again. What if you would come from a different direction? Does that change things? How do I move you farther to the left is what I want to know. Oh, no, I think what I had before. Okay, I have some ideas now. So when I was here, this was not bad. But then... Then what? How do I move her another step to the left? I can't because she's in a corner. Corners are the bad spots. I understand. Okay. You can't have the knight that she's standing on ever in a corner because that is bad news bears. Also, this guy should have come from this direction for reasons. Here we go. You can walk around over here. Now you're not in a corner, which means I can do this. And now you're not in a corner, which means I can do this. And now nobody's going to be in a corner. Yes. Okay. Starting to feel good about myself again. I think this guy should have come from this direction for reasons. So that he'll be able to escape here. And... he's standing on the other guy's cape in the final spot, which is no good, so... this little bit is still a little bit tricky. I wonder if actually what I need to do is first move to the left here and then swap here. No, it's not going to work because then this guy can never get behind her. And I don't think, let's just double check. I don't think she can walk from here to here. Yeah. Okay, so that part doesn't work. Okay, so we'll undo that really quick. And we'll put her back here. And so the question is, once she's standing here, where does this guy go so that everybody can escape? And the answer is Pink's cape definitely can't be there. And I think I tried it there, but I didn't try it this way yet. So if I put his cape this way... over here would be a corner. This is not a corner, but it's standing on Pink's cape. This is not a corner, nor is it standing on Pink's cape, so this seems like it's got to be the solution then, right? She's across. We did it. And this part I already worked out when I was just thinking about things off camera, which is that she could go here. Does this work? Yes, because then this guy can go here. Then this guy can go here. Yeah, this part I'd worked out earlier, just kind of in my head. And then she can go to the exit. Okay, we got another puzzle solved. Dignity has been preserved. Mine and theirs. Alright, this is a cool game. I'm enjoying it. I hope as always that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Puddle Knights. For now, bye-bye.